What's up, everybody? I'm back doing another one of these. So I'm trying out something. We're gonna see how it looks. There won't be any comments today, and there won't be any live stream. So it's just a pre-recording, just in case you guys are wondering. But today we're going to take a look at, because we did the Schneider cut just recently. We're gonna go back to 1966. We're going to look at Batman from the 1966. So let's go over and let's take a look at the Batman. All right, and here we go. Pow! Oh, so exciting. I'm so excited, Batman. Oh, no. I mean, when you look at it, really, it's like, guys, Justice League, was it this bad? I don't think so. Yeah, sure it does. Okay, let's go ahead. That's enough of that. Okay, I'm going to switch back. Oh, so terrible. You know what? There, let's just switch back to me. Let's just go ahead and get into the tallies, and I will let you guys know about Batman 66. All right, here we go. Let's just go ahead and get into the body count.
That body count. That body count.
So, on the body count, I think I counted like less. There had to be maybe just 2. Because for sure a couple guys died. I know at least 2 guys died. But Batman beats the shit out of a lot of people. A lot of people. All right, let's go ahead and get into everyone's favorite subject, the nudity. Let's go ahead and get skin deep.
It's about to get skin deep. I just wanna see a little feet. Just show me that booty. Just a little bit of titties. Right now, right now.
So, 1966, it has one woman in the entire movie. She does not get naked at all. And she's sewn into that suit, so it ain't bad, but it's not Michelle Pfeiffer, and it ain't Halle Berry, so meh. All right, let's go ahead and get into who wins our coveted Joe Grizzly Award.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
My Joe Grizzly is going to be, it's going to be Robin. Just because no one ever chooses Robin. They could have got a whole movie out of just the competition between Batman and Robin in this movie. And I feel like they kind of missed their opportunity there. Just a little bit, But in this movie, it's just the sucking of holy rusted metal, Batman. What are we gonna do, Batman? Oh my God, Batman! And okay. Which go ahead and just brings us to our final verdict. Gotta fix that. Anyway, correction. There were 11 dead. I miscalculated. There were 11 dead. I forgot about the hardwired BS nonsense science food pseudo crap that they threw in here. All right. So, I enjoy comics. Sometimes I enjoy comics. Sometimes I enjoy comics, and sometimes I enjoy the storylines, and sometimes I enjoy the movies. But there are times when my love for comics gets tested. This is one of those times where I was just like, seriously, like, I don't know why you thought this was a good idea. Like, really, bro. Bro. What made you think this was maybe it's the time period. Maybe it's 1966. And I'm like, I'm from the Tim Burton era of, comic book movies where it's like, yeah, they're comics, but they're super dark, right, bro? And then like, we finally matured enough to go back to having fun inside of comic book movies. And like, and Zack Snyder's movie, he wants us to pull. Apparently, he and I come from the same spot where we grew up in the Watchmen era of comics, where things were just super depressing. This is before that era. This is way before that era, where Batman is the bright knight, not the dark knight. So, let's go ahead and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's switch over. Let's go. Okay, so the 60s TV show has already been going on for an entire season at this point while we're watching this movie. So you have your general Batman and Robin, played by Adam West and Burt Ward, and it starts off like a normal average Batman episodes, but it's just going to be much longer until they start adding things that they don't normally have inside the episodes, where it's like in the episodes they just have the Batmobile, but this one brings out the Batcopter, and then brings out the can of shark repellent for the sharks. Yeah, Batman gets attacked by a shark in the first 5 minutes and survives, and then the shark explodes. Not if it was like a Tim and Eric sketch, that's exactly how the shark would just fall off and just explode in a fire. Like, no, the shark literally like explodes in the water, and like, what? The shark was booby trapped by the Joker. And to be fair, if I told you that Batman and Robin were going to go fight against a coalition of the Joker, Catwoman, the Riddler, and Penguin, literally a Harley Quinn episode I've seen, and it's like, it wouldn't be a bad idea if the characters were the ones that I had seen growing up. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe just because to me, the Joker doesn't play well with others ever, and Catwoman is ambiguous. She's very wishy-washy on whether she wants to be a good guy or a bad guy all the time. The Riddler is that kind of loner with the mind powers, and he's not all there, but he's definitely more there than others, and it's just like, maybe that was the reason why he's not all there. And then the Penguin is just kind of a rich douchebag, but he's got like facial problems. The way I look at these characters now, based on what they created in the 60s, it's so much different than what I'm used to. So it changes the whole tone of the film. And I know that the tone of the film is supposed to be like, if you were to watch this now, it would have been a dramatic kind of like high tense situation where these true villains are going to try and take over the entire world. But no, this is a comedy, bro. This is a next level comedy. And it's not more apparent that it is a comedy. And when you get to our classic, you can't get rid of a bomb bit. Because Batman not only runs into this nun, this lady with a baby carriage, and like random bystanders 3 times. It happens so often, so many times, it's ridiculous. But there was one bit in this movie that I was sitting like, okay, that's kind of pushing the line against that Bright Knight image that you like. So Catwoman disguises herself as Miss Kitker, who is a Russian journalist looking from the Moscow Gazette trying to learn more about America's and Mr. Bruce Wayne's. If you think that accent was bad, it's just I did a spot on impression. Spot on. So Miss Kitker has been kidnapped by the dastardly fiends and the Penguin and the Joker, but it's actually Catwoman. Like, literally, it's not a big stretch between her Russian accent and her normal accent, which sounds kind of like this. So there's, and it's just a mask, bro. How do people not know that you're I guess masks really work in the Batman universe, because, like, no one knows that it's Bruce Wayne, because they use Kitka as a lure to trap Bruce Wayne so they can ransom Bruce Wayne and try to get Batman to come and save him. The problem is, they're literally looking at their watches like, Batman's not coming. Why is Batman not coming? And then Bruce Wayne is just sitting there like, don't worry, Miss Kitka. I will find a way to get us out of here. And I was like, how? Without revealing your secret identity, how are you planning on escaping? So they take Miss Kitka into the other room because, it's Catwoman. They're like, all right, well, we're going to pretend to beat you up and, like, we'll see what happens. And, like, they drag her off and he comes back. What have you done with her, you dastardly fiends? I will beat you to death. It's like, whoa, wait, what? I will hunt you down to the ends of the earth and find your body. It's like, whoa, who knew Bruce Wayne had this kind of, this is some big dick energy he's coming out with. Like, I will find you and destroy you. And somehow Bruce Wayne gets unshackled and just starts beating the shit out of everyone. No one questions why Bruce Wayne has has martial arts skills, or is able to jump from a building 30 stories in the air, or 30 feet in the air into the lake and then swim away without ever a trace. No one goes, well, that was weird. You think? And Batman didn't show up. But Bruce Wayne beat the shit out of us like he was Batman. You think? Nah. So anyway, the big plot of this whole movie is that the villains are they kidnapped a millionaire, a brilliant inventor who's making a device that can make whiskey instantaneously. And the whiskey, when you point it at a human being, or the whiskey device, when you point it at a human being, can literally turn a human being into powder. But then you can reconstitute that human being by using regular water. But if you use heavy water, the human being becomes unstable and explodes. Okay. It was fun. It was a funny movie to watch. It reminded me of a simpler time. Its effects and action are on par for what you would expect in the 60s. So for that, I'm going to only give it one hater slipper, because I had fun watching it, but I would never watch this again. Batman 66 has its place in time. And I really want us to do Batman 89 now. Because Tim Burton's is just as ridiculous, but it's a lot more grittier. It's a lot darker. Batman kills a lot more. Whereas he only killed 11 people in this movie. Accidentally. He didn't know that the heavy metal made them unstable, so when he karate chopped the shit out of them, they just vanished. I was like, what the fuck? But that's what happened. Whoop, and they just blinked out of existence. I was like, Okay, you win. Plus, the whole bringing Penguin, like, it's Penguin. It's Penguin. You bring him to the Batcave to run a retinal scan on him, and then he brings a bunch of goons that he dehydrated, and they pop back up, and it's like, no, we're going to take the Penguin. And then you let him take your car so that you can track your car. When you could have just as easily taken Penguin to the police station and beat him until he told you where the other three were. I mean, worst case scenario, he doesn't, and you only have to deal with 3 villains now. Having Penguin be in jail, right? You know how well those jails work in Gotham City. Bunch of stupid revolving door, bureaucratic politics. Brr, harumph. Anyway. All right, that's cool. That's a good time. All right, so let's see. Guys, thank you so much for hopping in. I mean, I know you didn't get to hop in on this one. I'm doing it during a time when I'm supposed to be doing something else, but I'm just kind of like, whatever, it's fine. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Cult45 Podcast. If you like this, you should like the podcast. We got a lot more of that coming up. Check out on Twitch. Brandon's still kicking ass, taking names on Final Fantasy. I don't know what game he's going to play next after when he gets done, but I feel like he's getting close to the end. That's it. I don't know what movie to do next. I thought Batman would be cool since we did Snyder Cut just recently, and I was like, I'm going to go way back. But yeah, all right. Take care. Bye.